Hi, the old school therapist here, and I've got Joy Bug. She's kind of chilling in the chair behind me, and today's live topic is about using our five senses to ground, and we're going to work on building an anxiety toolkit, or a toolkit, and having a plan that we can use when we're starting to feel dysregulated and just out of control. And it's also actually something that you could do for yourself just to unwind from the day and start to settle into the evening and help you to get to sleep faster. So when we've had trauma, sometimes we can be triggered. We can have a trauma response, and it goes into that fight, flight, or freeze. And sometimes we can get anxious and start to go towards a panic attack. Sometimes we're really, really angry, and it feels like we can't manage self-control in our anger, and we're starting to feel out of control. And so all those scenarios, you want to find a way and have a plan to start to manage those emotions and calm yourself down so you can feel more grounded. And the things that we need to do is first attend to our five senses, because our five senses communicate very quickly to our brain. There's the part of our brain called the amygdala, and it's a very small part of the brain. It's an almond shape, and it is where we have fight, flight, or freeze. And it gets activated whenever we're anxious, whenever we feel threatened, whenever we feel like we're not safe. And so the five senses are quickly going to communicate to the brain, but especially that part of the brain. And that's why we want to build an anxiety toolkit that goes to the five senses. So the five senses are touch, smell, taste, hearing, sight. And I would argue that touch is the sense that we need to address first and go to first, because the skin is the biggest organ in our body. And sometimes the sense of touch gets maybe overlooked when people are talking about grounding skills. So I want to start with that today. You can have an anxiety toolkit or plan at home, at work, school. You can have a toolkit for your car, put it in your purse, your backpack. So this is something that you can organize for yourself and plan for yourself so you feel empowered and know that if you start to get dysregulated and too anxious or whatever's going on, that you have a plan that you can manage it. So the first thing I want you to do is to pay attention to your body, because if you're feeling anxiety, anger, any emotion, you're going to start to really feel it in your body first. And so pay attention. Are you starting to feel warm or flushed? Are you starting to sweat? Are you starting to feel really cold? Some people feel nauseous. Some people are feeling tension in their chest or their shoulders or their neck. So you want to pay attention next time that you're starting to get upset and feel dysregulated. Where is it starting to appear in your body? Because once you recognize when it starts to appear in your body, that's when you want to address the five senses and start using your anxiety toolkit before you feel like you're out of control. Okay, so the first sense is touch. If you're at home, I would encourage you to either take a shower or a bath. Probably a shower is quicker, but you want to go either towards a cold shower or a very warm, slightly hot shower. You want to be careful, right? You don't want to burn yourself. And I realize that maybe being at home, a shower is not practical. You've got kids running around, you're busy, maybe you've got guests over. But if you can, that would be the best scenario, is to get yourself into the shower real quickly. That's why cold plunges are so popular, because they really reset and have so many health benefits, but they reset the nervous system. And so getting into a cold shower for most people is going to start to help your system to reset. And what we're trying to do with this attending to the five senses and having these anxiety toolkits is we're trying to signal to the brain that, hey, we've got this, it's okay, we can start to calm down, you're going to be okay, and really, you know, feeling like we're communicating to the brain that we're doing one thing after another to manage what we're feeling. And the brain doesn't have to go into fight, flight, or freeze mode. I know that may sound kind of silly, but we really can communicate with our brain through attending to our five senses. So if a shower is not practical, then go to something like, I've got all my stuff here. Go to maybe a heating pad. If warmth is something that feels better for you, go to a heating pad. Or you could even warm up a small towel or washcloth, actually in the microwave, for just a few seconds, and you could put it on the back of your neck. You could also if cold helps, go to ice cubes. You could put ice cubes up and down your arms, holding ice cubes. You could splash cold water or warm water on your face or up and down your arms. But the point is that you want to go towards something, either a cold temperature or warm to hot temperature on your skin. Okay? Then the next thing is smell. And you could do aromatherapy. You could light a candle. You could use body lotion. One of the things that I think is really helpful is to get essential oils. What I'm going to recommend that you do, and usually if you buy good oils, they're not going to, your skin's not going to react to it. But if you've got super sensitive skin, then maybe try the essential oils first and see how your skin responds to it. But what I would say is go ahead and put a little bit of the essential oil right here, dab it right here on your nostrils, and then start breathing in. And using your breathing techniques, breathe in, but it's right there, so it's going to go with you. And it's strong, and that's what we want, right? We want a calming smell to signal to the brain that we're going to be okay. So if the essential oil is too sensitive for or your skin is too sensitive for the essential oil on your face, then dab some, on the inside of your wrists or in the crease of your arm, but someplace where you can smell it. So you want to attend to smell, you want to attend to touch. Then the next three, right? Sight and taste and hearing. So taste, I would say, if you're home or even if you're at work or at school, you can get a hot beverage or a cold beverage. You could get mints. You could get some hard candies. The reason I go first towards a warm beverage or a cold beverage is because, again, the warmth or the cold really helps as it's going down. It's giving a strong signal to our brain that we're going to be okay. But if you don't feel like a beverage or it's not something quick enough to grab, then you could get a mint, hard candy. If you have not eaten or if you're dehydrated, that's going to make it worse. So if your blood sugar is low, then you need to eat something. You need to hydrate. So go to taste and then go to sight and sound. And that would be putting on some calming music, maybe some ocean sounds, nature sounds, maybe make a playlist of calming songs, and then watch some videos that are calming, nature scenes, animals, maybe a movie that you like. Do not go to social media. That is not going to be calming for you in this moment. So you want to be looking at something. Look at pictures that you enjoy looking at, old photos, something that you can look at and just distract. So you're using your 5 senses. If you are driving and you're starting to feel dysregulated, I know I've got clients that get really anxious in traffic, or they're anxious about going to an interview and they need to really ground themselves. Pull over and start using your anxiety toolkit to kind of calm yourself, get yourself grounded before you start up again. So you can have something like this too at work, or put it in your backpack for school. But I have water here, so you could do that. I've got a snack, right, if I haven't eaten in a while. I've got Altoid mints. Altoid mints are great to have anywhere because they're so strong, and it sends, again, a strong signal to the brain. Okay, I'm all right, I'm okay. And so this would be great to have. I've got lotion, some aromatherapy lotion. I also have the essential oils in here. So all of this can go with you. I've got a room spray that you could spray in the car, or you could spray it in your office. And then because you're not home and you're on the go, you can get these hand warmers, right? And you break them open and it will provide warmth. And you know what? You could probably even slip it under your shirt, or on your stomach here. If you are working virtually, no one's ever going to see it. If you're in the office, maybe you just take some time out and, in between meetings or whatever, and you put this on your skin. You can also get a cold pack. They have cold packs that they use for first aid that you can break open, and it's cold, and you can put that on your skin. Or you could also get an ice pack and just have it. A lot of offices have a kitchen that you can use, and you can keep an ice pack in the freezer there. So there are ways to be able to bring everything that you could use at home. You can bring it in the car or on the go. So the main thing is to practice, practice, practice. You don't want to wait until you're in crisis and completely dysregulated. You want to go ahead and experiment and figure out what works for you. Do you respond better to warmth? Do you respond better to cold? Do you like essential oils? Maybe you don't like essential oils, so you find something else that is soothing to your smell. And then you just kind of go through a routine, so it becomes almost automatic. And then you learn to pay attention to when your body's first giving you signals that you're starting to become dysregulated, okay? And it's not going to completely take whatever you're feeling away. The goal is to manage it, to keep it managed so you don't feel completely out of control, so you can still function. And if you do it long enough, oftentimes what happens is you realize, I am calm enough, and that feeling has gone away, and I'm okay. So I hope you found this helpful, and I hope that you will be able to just feel empowered. I think that's what my hope is, that you feel empowered, that you don't feel so helpless when you are feeling dysregulated, that you have a plan and you know what to do for yourself to help yourself feel grounded. So please subscribe to our channel, and please leave your comments, and I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye.